Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Fahmid Faizi Faz and I'm from Team 9 Mind Show. And today I'm going to present my high fidelity mock-up prototype for Mindcare Center Customer Relationship System. The software product is Mindcare Center Customer Relationship System, which aims to assist systematic business relationships and interaction with customers and potential customers, which are currently done manually. The implementation of this system will eliminate delayed responses from person in charge, as well as increasing the efficiency for sorting out requests to perform the follow-up process, which will ultimately improve the service provided to customers. The stakeholders for our system are clients, psychologists, admins, and the head of the department. The root goal, which is efficient Mindcare Center customer relationship system, is the highest goal we wish to achieve, where our system is able to provide assistance to therapists in an efficient manner. The sub-goals associated with this are reliable auto-reply message, simplified registration system, and efficient appointment scheduling. Without any of these, the root goal cannot be accomplished. Reliable auto-reply message has two sub-goals: detection of customer inquiry and informative copy-wrapping reply. Having one or both of these is enough to obtain this goal. The next goal, which is simplified registration system, has two sub-goals: customer info shared in database and secure login function. Both sub-goals are needed to achieve this goal. The final goal is efficient appointment scheduling, which has two sub-goals: schedule management function for therapists and automatic schedule update. Both sub-goals are needed to complete this goal. This is the use case diagram we used for our system. Here we can see four subsystems: account management subsystem, inquiry management subsystem, appointment setup subsystem, and database recording subsystem. The use case I will be working on falls under inquiry management subsystem, which is UC004 Inquire Service. The use case specification for the aforementioned UC is here. Here the use case ID is UC004 and its name is Inquire Service. The actors playing in this use case are client and psychologist. The precondition for this use case is that the actors need to be logged into the system. The normal flow is that the client inquires about a certain service, then the system offers the specific form to be filled out for the service that the client has requested. Then after the client fills out the form and submits it to the system provides an automated message to the client regarding the submission of the form. The system stores the form in the database and lets the psychologist know that the form has been submitted, and the later processes can continue. The one alternative flow is that if the operation is cancelled, then the client aborts the use case and the use case ends. And the exception flows are invalid details input, when the system displays an error message and the flow is returned to step NF2. Another exception is system failure to update database. In this case, the system also displays an error message and returns to NF2. The post conditions is that the psychologist can now start the process of appointment scheduling. The other required requirements are: the system shall be able to show available services, the system shall display an error message to the user if the system receives an invalid details input, and another one is that instead of restarting the whole service form, the system should ask the user to provide the correct information in the correct field. That's all for the use case specification, and this is the activity diagram for the use case Inquire Service, where we can see this. It starts with the client and ends with the psychologist receiving the form. And in the meantime, the form is stored in the database, which is controlled by the admin. Now let's talk about my reflection on this subject. I learned a lot about requirements elicitation and its ins and outs. I learned about different types of requirements, like functional requirements, non-functional requirements, and also design constraints, physical constraints, system constraints, and their purposes. Moreover, I was able to learn about GUIs, how to make GUIs and mock-up models, and I also learned about use cases in a broader spectrum, like how to define a use case and how to properly specify a use case's properties. I also learned about many UML diagrams like domain models, UML class diagrams, use case diagrams, and many other, and how to build them. And lastly, the most important thing that I learned was how to create a good working relationship with my group mates during undergoing a real life project. Now I would like to show the hi-fi mockup model that I prepared for the UC004. These are the still images of the screens that are involved in the GUI. Now I'll be sharing the actual prototype. This is the starting screen from which we can obtain the form. For that, we need to click the start button, which will take us to the form. This is the form. Let us insert our info first. For example, name, age, and then email. Here also we can see that if you don't input, then it shows us an error because it's a required input field. Then we select gender, and we also can check any previously diagnosed condition that we may have or not. Let's check some, and then we click submit. So it takes us to another page which says us that your form has been successfully sent to a psychologist and wait for a response. And if you want to submit another form, then if you click here, then it will take us back to the first page. It will let us go to the form. Now, conclusion. Finally, I would like to say that this course was very helpful to me in many ways. It taught me so many things academically and also in my personal life. It definitely taught me some things that I can use in my professional life, but also in my personal life. For example, time management, and then coordinating with teammates in order to achieving a higher goal. So I would really like to thank my lecturer, Dr. Naraini, and also my group mates for this positive and very beneficial experience. Thank you.